Honestly, the fan following says it all for all of you. So again, one last round of applause for them before we start the panel. So to each one of you, before I shoot questions or ask you something, starting from Alicia, what would you like to say on this Women's Day? Since you are Alicia Abdullah, what would you like to say and share your thoughts with us?
Firstly, happy Women's Day to everyone. I think there is every Alicia out there inside them, isn't it true? So just start off by wishing them, and I think we have lovely panel judges, speakers over here, so I think I just pass on the mic to them.
Andrea.
What can I say except that I'm really, really happy to be It's so lovely to be here with all of you women, and very, very happy Women's Day to all of us.
Andrea. Okay, so all of us think that film industry is very glamorous, okay? So when we look it up on screen, or the way you do your makeup and your dressing and all of that. But can you really give us some insights? Like, is it really glamorous, or is it a lot of pressure, or what are the mechanics of it?
Firstly, the film industry is a completely male-dominated industry. I have to say that.
Let's bring the change.
How many, if I ask you to name the superstars, name them. Come on. Name, I can't, okay. Stand up and name them yourselves. Name the superstars of Indian cinema. You have Shah Rukh Khan.
No chorus answers, please. Please stand up one by one and say.
Okay. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is, if I ask anybody to name the superstars, they will name Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, Rajinikanth, Kamal Hassan. Okay, I can't hear you guys if you shout like that. நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னா புரியல. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, let me talk, stand and talk. This is something very, very important to me, something I have discovered recently. I recently did a film, Taramani. I don't know how many of you watched it. So, I'm standing so I can see you better, okay? So, after Taramani, I haven't signed a single film yet. Not a single film. Whereas a girl who acts opposite Vijay and does nothing except comes and dances for 3 songs, immediately after the film releases, if it's a hit, she will sign 3, 4, 5 films she'll sign. Why after Taramani, where everybody loved the film, everybody raved about my performance, I have yet to sign a film? Because when a woman does a strong role that asks uncomfortable questions and she says, hello, I'm not happy to be a pretty young thing on screen. I want to do more than that. Yes, I can look hot and sexy and I can act also. So write roles for me. Don't ask me to come on screen and jiggle my butt and wear revealing clothes and be happy with that. I'm not going to be happy with that. I can do a scene on screen where I'm naked, okay? And it will have more relevance, a lot more relevance than women who say I will not do kissing scenes, but who are ultimately objectifying themselves on screen. And that for me is the primary issue with especially Tamil cinema. Now at least slowly it's changing, slowly, very, very, very slowly.
But so yes, as you said, Tamil cinema. in Bollywood, we see a lot of actresses doing these kind of bold roles and being very well accepted.
How did they all start off? So this is my other concern. Even a Deepika Padukone, she had to do a film with Shah Rukh Khan. She has to do a film with Ranbir Kapoor to become a Deepika Padukone. Nayanthara has to do films with Vijay, Ajit, Surya, Rajni. Then she becomes Nayanthara. Why can't an Andrea just do good, strong roles and become an Andrea? Why does the worth of an actress... This is very important. This is very important. Why does the worth of an actress have to be determined by her co-stars? Even Rajniyoda pada pannirukanga romba periya heroine. Yeah. Why? Why can't she just do good, strong roles and become a big heroine? That's
So
my
you're trying
question.
to say that the industry...
That's what I am asking. Those are the questions that I am asking my industry right now. Well, to start with, I haven't even colored my hair. So Botox is, I can't even, it's not even on the horizon for me. I believe in being true to who I am. I don't do injections, I don't do surgeries. My nose is my nose. You can look at my childhood pictures. I mean, but ultimately, it's every woman's choice. Everything has its disclaimers. Just like an athlete has the choice to do steroids or not. It's about how you choose to run your race. You want to run it fair, or you want to take the help of, you know, Botox or other surgeries. It's a person's choice. And ironically, if you go to any cosmetic surgeon, he will tell you that the number of people doing surgeries is far more than showbiz people. It's regular women who feel the pressure to look like a photoshopped version of an actor. Nobody looks like how they look on the magazine covers. Nobody. Not me, not anybody. That's a lot of makeup, it's perfect lighting, it's a lot of Photoshop. Nobody looks like that when they wake up. I'm not saying we look terrible, but I'm just saying it's not like, oh my God, you know? So I hope that answers the second part of your question. With respect to the first part though, I think fitness is very, very empowering. My journey with fitness began about maybe a decade or so ago. I started going to the gym. I hated it. I hate exercise, having to sweat and this and that. And also I realized that when I was exercising with the motive of, oh, I have to lose weight, you know, you go into it with a certain mindset, with a certain expectation. But over the years, I have come to understand that going to the exercise is like going to the temple or going to the church. You come out feeling really good about yourself. It's a stress buster. And I have noticed that women who work out, it doesn't have to be the gym. You can go swimming, you can do yoga. When you feel better about yourself, you automatically start looking better. And then, you know, your confidence grows. The way you make decisions, everything changes. So I would strongly advise every woman out there to indulge in some kind of exercise. And the health benefits, of course, I don't even need to tell you. It does everything from correcting your menstrual cycle, you know, from regularizing your menstrual cycle. It can help with all kinds of hormonal issues. You don't have to overdo it. Just do as much as you need to. I do 2 to 3 hours a week, and that keeps me going. If I feel like, oh, I need to look a certain way, then I might increase it a bit. Otherwise, if I go on holiday, I might chill for a bit. But overall, I think fitness, the mental benefits are what's most important for me, especially. And the physical benefits are just a byproduct of it. I'm not a feminist either. I'm an equalist. That's all I believe in. I don't think, I mean, we may feel women are more intuitive, and if you look back at anything in your earlier civilizations, woman is the source of divinity. It's because we're the source of procreation. All these things, of course, are there, but ultimately when push comes to shove, like she said, men and women, we need each other to make the world go round. It's as simple as that. So in terms of my struggles as a person, getting to this point, I had to fight my mother more than anybody else, because my mother's ideas of what her daughter or any woman should be like, should live like, should dress like, those are the things I had to fight, you know. So I think in our lives, a lot of the time, it will be our mothers, it will be the mother-in-law, it will be the woman figures in your life that you will have to challenge, because they have grown up with a certain idea of how a woman should dress, should behave, should think, should act. And those ideas are changing because we are changing. Our ideas are changing. We're evolving. And we should do them a service by trying to open up their minds as well, so that when your daughter and your granddaughters come into the world, it will be a far more equal place to live in. We won't need a panel discussion like this, because women will feel they have equal opportunities and equal rights. They will feel equal to their men. That is what I ultimately hope for.
So yes, I do believe, even I want that, you know, I want that equality and all of that. But Anupama, I'd like to ask you, do you think, because as you know, we give birth to children and we have so many responsibilities, yes, equality exists, but tomorrow if my child is sick, the first problem or the first responsible person is the mother, right? So how do we break that, or do you think that needs to be broken, or that how do we deal with it?
I think, see, we cannot fight nature. Okay, women still have to have children. We have not found a machine for that still. I think you can delegate many things. You can delegate cooking. If you don't want to cook, you can order a pizza. If you don't want to drive, you take Uber. But parenting and mothering is something you cannot delegate, because it's a very, very natural emotion, and a child needs a mother. Child needs both parents, but I think when the baby is very young, nature has designed it that way, that the woman is supposed to be around. And I know that women want to work, which is why I said, I think companies and organizations should be sensitive enough to give them that flexi time when the children are young. In fact, even in our own company, we have started a lot of policies to give extended maternity leave benefits. Even after the legal benefits of 6 months, we give them longer time maternity benefits. We allow them to work from home. We give them flexible timings. We are trying to put up a daycare center also in-house. So a lot of these things can be done today with technology being available. You can do teleconference from home, video conference from home, you can work on Skype. So I think we have to find a balance between the two. We cannot sacrifice motherhood or family life for your career, nor can you sacrifice your career for your family life. I think you must balance. That is why I said make sure you marry the right man. That is very important, and get the right support systems from your family. I think that's very important if you want that work-life balance.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. If the man is right, the basic is right, then of course you'll have no problems. So Alicia, I hear that you have an academy as well, right? Am I right? So would you like to share, I'd like you to share a little about your academy, what kind of teaching you do, and who are your students, and are they only women or even men come there?
Well, I have my academy for racing for women. I started off first having this academy where I had about 125 women across Chennai alone who was trained under me to become racers. But due to some personal problems, I shifted my academy to, I gave an opportunity for people who cannot afford racing to come into my team, and I train them. Not me, I have a team to train them also. And they would just, I have a proper racing team now for men, both men and women. This is because like I heard few panelists over here talking about we need each other. Definitely we need each other, because if there is no women, there are no men. If there are no men, there are no women. So it just goes vice versa. But like you said, we need the right person. You need to choose the right person when it comes to marriage, because it's very, very important. Because imagine you build your whole career, your whole life, you sacrifice. And then if you choose the wrong man, and that's it, it's over. You know, when you come to a certain extent, you don't even know what you're doing. It's just that you have children. I left my job. I've spoken to so many women. They left their careers, they left their job just because to take care of children. And I think it's very unfair on a lot of men who wants to work, who wants to provide the necessary items for their family, but the woman shouldn't work. So I think it's a very wrong mindset to what people have, and that's the reason I opened out my academy, where men also are given opportunities to try the hand in racing, whether it's cars or bikes, and that's how I made this.
I do want to ask, would someone from the audience tell me what feminism means or what it stands for? Just anyone, put your hand up. And if you could tell me. Yes, the lady in pink. Yes, what does it mean? Okay. She said that it means gender equality, right? Does it say which gender? Okay. She said that the man and the woman should have same rights and both should have same opportunity. I would like to extend it a little more and just share that feminism means equality for all, for men, for women, for people of the third gender, for all kind of people. So don't look at it as, it does not mean equality for women, it actually means equality for men also, for men and everybody else. When I do sessions and talk about it, I always like to share this. Feminism is what will tell you that yes, a woman can demand equal work rights, can also say that the work I do at home is actual work and adds to the economy. It is also the place where a man can go and say, I don't want to be the only breadwinner. I would like it if, you know, my family shared my workload. Where a man can go and say, I want paternal leave because my baby is just born. It is also a place where a man can say, I feel like crying, I have emotions, and even I would like to wear lipstick for whatever reason, or just, I mean, it just means that both men, women, and people, forget men, women, forget genders, just people, right? That all people should have equal rights. So when you're telling that a girl should look thin, you can, you know, what you're saying is, you're asking a particular gender to look a particular way, right? So are you being feminist? No. And when you say, stop crying like a girl, man up, are you being a feminist? No. But at the same time, when you tell a boy that don't cry, are you a girl? You're still not being a feminist. Because you're taking away his equal right, right? His equal right to be emotional, to be expressive. So feminism essentially means equalism, right? Equality for all. It's not that you have a preference for one gender over another. One is that, and I would also like to share one personal note. Don't let anybody tell you, man, woman, anyone, someone young, someone old, someone who is successful, someone who is failed, also start reconsidering. We are at an age, I am close to your age, I'm 25. Please start reconsidering when people use the word success, what does it mean? Is their idea of success and your idea of success the same? For someone, it might just be personal success. For someone, it might be great work-life balance. For someone, it might just be career. Is that your personal definition of success? Start rethinking on that. So don't, whatever you do has to stem from, whatever we do has to stem from what we want to do.
Thank you for having me here, Regina and Dreema. It's such a wonderful audience to see this kind of group of women and the energy. I want to say something in Tamil and then I'll tell you in English. Kudumbam illana samuhame illa. Without women, you cannot have a family. Without a family, there is no society. So happy Women's Day. It is not just one day. Every day, every minute is yours and yours only. Thank you.
everyone. Just as Anupama ma'am said, I would like to reiterate that it is not just today, but it is up to us and in our hands to celebrate every day as Women's Day and ensure that you make yourself feel special and also support and stand up and be there for other women around us, yeah? Will we be there for each other? Okay, I also would like to request you all to listen keenly because I was chatting with the wonderful panelists here in the conference room before coming in, and there were some very interesting conversations that took place. So I hope some of it will also reflect here, and all of us will take away a lot from this session now. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So Sonal, my question to you is, so a lot of us don't know, so I'll just brief them a little about what you do. So she basically, I would say, do you produce menstrual cups or? Okay, so she produced menstrual organic cups. So I'd like you to share a little bit about your journey. How did this idea come into your mind? And when your profession, I'm sorry I'm taking the liberty to say this, even though we are in this world today, it's considered to be a social taboo to even say, oh, I'm in my periods. How did this idea come to you? And please explain a little about your journey.
Okay. So, when she said menstrual cups, everybody, I mean, a lot of people cheered in the audience. How many people here know what a menstrual cup is? Okay, I see a few odd hands spread across the room. We'll come to what menstrual cups are, but my journey, I think, as far as I can go and recollect, started off when I was 12 or 13. I yelled, "Ma, I'm in pain," across the bathroom floor, and my mother came in and shushed me saying, "Listen, it hurts for everybody, please be silent about this. You know, you can't go get the roof over your head." And it continued, so it was day 1, day 2, day 3, and this was not my first period. I think I'd been menstruating for about 2 years. I came out with a ball of blood in my hand. It was the size of a golf ball. And I said, "Is this regular? You know, does this happen to everyone?" And she said, "No, this is not usual." So she ushered me to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, this kid definitely has some problem." They put me through different tests, ultrasound, hormone tests, etc. And then we figured out that I have a severe case of polycystic ovaries. A lot of women in India have it, but I'm on the extreme end of the spectrum. It started off there where I felt that we're just not being cared enough. If something else was happening, it would have been very evident. I would have had access to healthcare, medical care, but because it was menstruation, it was such a stigmatic condition that, let alone talking about it, any which ways there's so much ostracization. We're told, do not enter the kitchen. Some women are asked to sleep on the floor. Do not go to the temple. You're not up to your best, so don't take decisions that during those 3 days, and so much more. But all of that is, you know, stemming from another place, but to the extent where even if I need acute medical care, I'm not being given access to it. So that really, I think, just left a mark then. But after that, I went on to study journalism, I did filmmaking, then I did liberal arts, and I started working with an organization in the UK called World Merit. And I was working on projects for UN SDG 12, which is Responsible Consumption and Production, Environment Sustainability with them. And I'm vegan, I try to live an eco-friendly lifestyle. That's when I came across menstrual cups. This was in Latin America on a surf lesson when a French girl had first gifted me a cup. And it was amazing. A thing about a cup is, the cup isn't insertable just like a tampon, but you also need to understand your body very well. You need to understand what the female anatomy is like. If there are 3 holes, then what is the orientation? Because women just don't explore their bodies. There's so much stigma around women's bodies, and then there's negative consequences of it. There's body shaming, there is period shaming. Recently, the suicide of a young girl in Tamil Nadu was attributed to menstrual shaming. So there's so much to talk about it. And when I was working on environment sustainability, I came back to India to do sessions on how one can lead more eco-friendly lifestyles. And I'd often talk about being vegan and about using menstrual cups or cloth pads. And back then, there was only one company in India making cups, and they were not affordable to a large set of the population. And I was figuring what could be done. And I guess eventually I figured if there is no solution, then you become the solution. So there was nobody else in the market to bridge the gap of accessibility. So I entered the market to change that economics, the market situation, and that's how Boond. I was looking to start a company by myself, and a lady couch surfer in my house in Pondicherry put me in touch with my co-founder. So we both got together, and she was already a little ahead in the prototyping stage. She's an engineer from TIS, engineer from Shastra, and also later studied in TIS. We both got together, we realized we're an amazing team because we have complementary strengths, and we took it off. So Boond not just makes menstrual cups, but we work in all things menstruation. We work on menstrual literacy, we work on destigmatization, as to in case you think that period blood is impure, or if you're told period blood is impure, why is it so? And the third thing that we focus on is sustainable menstruation, which is offering environment-friendly products, cloth pads, sea sponges, but they're not available in India so far, and menstrual cups, which are growing slow but very, very steady. And with a menstrual cup, you can also take out the cup and see that how much you've bled. So you know if you're in the healthy range of bleeding or if you're bleeding too little or too much. So you know when you need to go see a medical professional if required. And the blood is super nutritious. I also use it to feed it to my plants.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I have fed it to Tulsi also, just to break stigma, because Tulsi is considered holy.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, and I am a spiritual person. I do meditate when I'm on my period as well. I've run 16-kilometer, close to half marathons wearing my cup. I've trekked 3,300 feet near the Ilaka Glacier in Himachal wearing my cup. And it's been completely fine. Nobody knows I'm on a period, neither do I feel like it. So the cup has helped me build a better relationship with my own body. And I think that's such a beautiful journey that I want more of my countrywomen to share that. And have a better relationship with their bodies and also the environment. Because the sanitary pads are a disaster, environment-wise. So
where are these available, your menstrual cups?
They're available online. If you write Boond, InstaMojo, or just go look up Boond menstrual cups online.
They're readily available, or we need to pre-order or something?
They're readily available. Just go online and you can purchase some. In Chennai, Malgadi in Besanagar is going to stock them. There's also this place in Arepuram called Earth Story, which is a vegan store in all things environment sustainability. They also stock our cups.
All right.
Yeah.
Really inspiring. And yeah, as you rightly said, a lot of women in India go through this problem, but one is they don't even talk to their friends or family because it's a social stigma to say that. So I think it's a very good initiative.
Thank you, Reema.
Anupama, I have a very interesting question for you. Since I know you as a friend as well, and you've been so active in not only in your business, but she's so, her work is so instrumental. She does so much of skilling for women empowerment. She's always out and out helping women. I think because that's why your interest in Fiki Flow is well defined as well. So I want to know, how do you balance this with your family life?
Yeah, so work-life balance is very, very important for women. And I want to tell you all, because you are all going to step out into the world soon, take up a job, and there are 3 or 4 small things that I would like to give you as tips. First thing is, choose the right husband. It's very, very important, because in India, when a girl gets married, you become part of the family. And the family or husband, they should understand you and support you. It's very, very important. And you are all going to be professionals, you're going to be engineers, and I don't want that professional qualification to go to waste. If you marry into a family which says, no, you should not work outside the home, right? So make sure you choose the right, if you have a choice. I know there are many arranged marriages in India where sometimes a girl doesn't have a choice, but today you're all educated. Make sure at least that your desires are expressed to your parents and to your life partner and they support you. The second is, choose the right job and career, because you have to balance out your family life. Choose the career which gives you that little bit of flexibility, because All said and done, in my personal experience, whenever I have an important meeting, I'll find there is a crisis at home. It is like Murphy's Law. Sometimes I have a board meeting when my son was a baby, suddenly he'll be running 101 temperature. So you need to have that flexibility in your jobs as well, where find some companies, there are very good companies today which give very good HR policies, work from home facilities, flexi time, or they have a creche on site. And the third I would say is have a lot of support systems. Whether it is a mother or mother-in-law, a sister, a family, or friends, a network, build a support system of other women. Women sometimes don't support each other. That is one thing that you must be very sure, support each other, be there for each other, right? Build up a very good support system and network for yourself so that any emergency, you can call in a friend and say, today can you help me with this, tomorrow I will help you. The other thing is work hard. There is no shortcut to success. There is blood, sweat and tears, but at the end of it, you will have that success. And the last, I think everybody here is testimony to all the hard work that they have put in. There is no fluke, there is no shortcut to success. And the last thing I would say, quoting Bharatiyar again, Manadil Uridi Vendum. I think that is very important for a woman. God has created man to be very strong physically, but he has created woman to be very strong mentally. So have courage and confidence in yourself, right? And if you really have that confidence, you can face any obstacle. Every problem has a solution. If you have the courage, you will find it. Then the question is not who will let you. The question is who is going to stop you. Thank you.
Very inspiring, really very. Your experience shows in your talks, and definitely I think you've got a very good work-life balance and you figured it all. Thanks a lot for inspiring us.